All right, it's official. The Dubai chocolate bar has taken over the internet and my personal feed. It's rich, luxurious, and packed with layers of chocolate, pistachio, and kataifi. And honestly, it makes regular chocolate bars look kind of sad. So in terms of what you can expect, I'll be making the Dubai chocolate bar and then 3 other desserts, including pistachio cream-filled chocolate chip cookies, a Dubai chocolate-covered strawberry cup, and a Decadent Dubai chocolate brownie. Will it end with me in a complete sugar high? Probably. But will it be delicious? I certainly hope so. So let's find out. To preface this video, this is my first time making any of these recipes, so I will be rating them based on taste and effort. In terms of gathering the ingredients, you'll need a few core items. First off, you'll need pistachio cream or pistachio butter. I found these 2 jars at my local Turkish market. The next thing you'll need is kataifi, which is basically shredded phyllo dough. And I found this at my local Turkish market for $4.99. And last but not least, you'll need tahini, which is a ground sesame paste, and you can find it at Trader Joe's. You can find most of these items at your local Turkish grocery store, but for some reason, if you don't have one near you, you can actually find all of them on Amazon as well. I'll leave a link in the description with all the products on Amazon. Let's get started with the Dubai chocolate bar. This oh so popular chocolate bar originated from Fix Dessert Chocolatier located in Dubai and went viral after some TikTokers posted about it. It's typically made with a milk chocolate coating on the outside, but I'm more of a dark chocolate gal, so I actually picked up this pound-plus block of chocolate from my local Trader Joe's. And I actually really love this chocolate because it's not too sweet and melts really well. Now the filling is inspired by kanafe, which is a Middle Eastern dessert made with kataifi. You'll want to use a thicker than usual chocolate mold so you have enough space for the filling. So I'm first gonna go ahead and open up this container. Ooh, take a look at that pistachio cream. And it's perfect for the drizzle. And we're gonna just kind of create some stripes. Okay, so now we're supposed to put this in the freezer to let this set while we get started on the actual chocolate. All right, here goes my dark chocolate. As you can see, it's starting to soften up a little bit. The pistachio cream has set and our chocolate is melted. So now we're going to pour a thin layer of chocolate to coat this entire mold. And I wanna keep it pretty thin because I just don't like when chocolate bars have a really, really thick layer of chocolate and it's so hard to bite into. And then I'll just kind of like tap it around to get the chocolate to coat everything here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the freezer while we make the kataifi filling. For the kataifi filling, we are gonna basically take this shredded phyllo dough and then brown it on a pan with butter. And we're gonna wait for it to get nice and toasted, and it's gonna be a little bit crispy too. I wish you guys could smell through the camera because it smells so good in here. Kind of smells like a buttery, flaky pastry. Now that the shredded kataifi is nicely browned, we are going to add a couple things into this bowl. Be warned, kataifi kind of like pops off and goes everywhere. It's kind of like popcorn. I just get a feeling I'm going to be seeing a lot of this kataifi in my kitchen in the next few days. Into this bowl, we are first going to add some tahini. Of course, I am using my long Korean spoon because this is just the most effective tool when scooping out tahini that's like at the bottom of this jar. And I'm gonna do a combination of the pistachio butter and pistachio cream. Here goes some pistachio cream. All right, so all we gotta do is mix everything up. According to my research and the videos I watched, this has a pretty wet consistency, almost like wet sand. Our kataifi filling is done, so we're gonna load it up into our chocolate mold, which has been sitting in the freezer and looks pretty set at this point. But first, I'm genuinely curious to see how this tastes. It's very nutty, especially because of the tahini and pistachio, but it's also got a nice crunchy texture. Enough of that. We gotta save some of this filling for the chocolate. So here we go, let's load it up. So I'm gonna pack this with as much filling as I can without causing this to overflow once we pour in the final layer of chocolate. So these are now ready for another layer of chocolate. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy offset spatula to just kind of massage and get this chocolate to make a nice layer. All right, so the chocolate bars are all ready to go. We're gonna put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes and then we'll check back in. The chocolate bars are out of the oven. Sorry, not the oven, the freezer. I don't know why I keep saying oven. The chocolate bars are out of the freezer, so let's take a look at the final product. Ooh, this is the final product here. This is the other guy. Because the layer of pistachio cream didn't really work out here on the top, I'm going to do a little something to make these guys even prettier. We're gonna drizzle just a bit of pistachio cream on here. Then we'll top it off with some crushed pistachios. Wow. voila. This is the final product, and I have to say they look pretty stunning. Check them out. They are certainly thick chocolate bars. Check out that filling. Cheers. I can see the appeal, but I have to say it is very indulgent. I don't know how they make this with milk chocolate, because even with dark chocolate, it is very sweet, and so I feel like milk chocolate would take it to a whole nother level of sweetness that I would not be able to comprehend. Overall though, I do love the combination of the nuttiness from the pistachio and tahini and how it melts together with the chocolate really well. And then the Kataifi adds a little bit of crunch and texture. Kind of like when you have a crunch bar or like a quinoa chocolate bar, there's a little bit of crunch in there from the Kataifi. Flavor-wise, I would say this is pretty good, but I would aim for even a greater dark chocolate percentage because this is too sweet for me. I would also try to make the chocolate shell even thinner if I could. So I'd give flavor here an 8.5 out of 10. 10 being the best flavor and 0 being really disgusting. In terms of ease of making this, I don't think it requires extensive skills. It just requires you to gather a lot of ingredients beforehand. So I would give it maybe a 4 out of 10, 10 being extremely high effort and 0 being not difficult or high effort at all. Up next, the Dubai chocolate covered strawberry cup. I want to say this next recipe is inspired by the very viral and popular chocolate covered strawberries that you can find at Borough Market in London. Essentially, if you haven't seen it before, it's this cup filled with layers of strawberry and Belgium chocolate. Personally, I like strawberries and chocolate, but I've never gone wild for something like this, so I'm curious to see how the Dubai chocolate version is going to up-level this recipe. In terms of assembly, we're going to start by dumping in some strawberries here. So now we have some leftover Kataifi, and I'm just going to add a small spoonful because I don't have like too much left, and we're going to toss that in the cup. And then we'll do a layer of chocolate. I'm actually gonna do some melted pistachio butter as well. Beautiful drizzle here. And then I'm also gonna add some crushed pistachios in here. And then we're gonna repeat all of that until the cup is full. Pistachio butter, crushed pistachios. All right, final round. A bit more. Ooh. I mean, look at the stunning layers on this. Isn't this beautiful? Cheers! That's delicious. Without a doubt, this is absolutely fire. It is so good. 11 out of 10 in terms of taste. And in terms of effort, honestly, I would give this a 2 out of 10. The only skills that you need are chopping strawberries and microwaving chocolate. Literally, that's how easy it is. And the payoff/reward is so worth it. Would definitely recommend making this again. I think it's so good because the strawberries add a little bit of tartness, whereas the chocolate bar itself is just very indulgent and very chocolatey without anything acidic to cut through it. So this is delicious. Up next is Dubai pistachio-filled chocolate chip cookies. These are similar to your classic brown butter chocolate chip cookies, except they have a special ingredient, which you might have guessed, pistachio. This viral video got 2.6 million views on TikTok, so it's gotta be good, right? Before we get into the actual making of the cookie dough, we are first going to freeze little balls of pistachio butter or pistachio cream. I actually don't know how this is going to work because my pistachio cream is a bit runny, so we'll see if they stay in blobs. I've got a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and I'm just gonna blob it up on here. Sounds weird. Sounds very weird. Okay, it's a little bit less runny than I expected. The recipe said about a tablespoon of pistachio cream or butter in each cookie. So we're gonna try and make 8 cookies, meaning 8 blobs. Here are all of our pistachio blobs, for lack of better words. I'll pop these in the freezer now overnight, and then we'll come back and make the cookie dough. The pistachio butter is in the freezer, and I just browned some butter here. So I browned 1 stick of butter, and it is nice and toasted. So we are going to add this into a big bowl. I'm adding a little bit of brown sugar, 50 grams of white sugar, and we're gonna whisk that together. Now we're going to add in a precious egg, which is hard to come by nowadays, and some vanilla. And then we'll just whisk that all together. Now we'll go ahead and add the flour in, as well as the baking soda and baking powder, as well as some salt. We're just gonna go ahead and fold that together. Since it is almost thoroughly mixed, we are now going to add the chocolate, as well as some crushed pistachios. And yeah, we'll mix it all together. Honestly, this smells so delicious, especially with the brown butter. The cookie dough is ready, but it is getting late, so I'm gonna wrap this up here and we'll resume this tomorrow. These did not freeze at all, which is wild. So I'm just gonna have to like scoop it out, which is ridiculous. They were in the freezer overnight, so I don't know what happened, but I guess they have some like something in this pistachio butter that doesn't cause it to freeze. So it literally didn't do anything. Not perfect. There is definitely pistachio butter oozing out of this cookie dough, but we're calling it a day. We're gonna finish these off by adding just a touch more pistachio butter on top, just a drizzle. Recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm going to add a sprinkle of flaky salt. And these guys are ready to go into the oven. Bye-bye. The cookies are out and they look really good. Let's see if we'll get that gooey pistachio center. All right, not really. We did not get a gooey pistachio center. The inside does look really tasty though. It just looks like a classic chocolate chip cookie. The swirls of pistachio definitely make these cookies look a bit more fun. They did actually end up a bit more poofy than I was expecting. I looked at the photos and the viral video online and the cookies were relatively flat, but mine are a bit more raised. Regardless, it still looks delicious. Cheers. That is really nice. We love when the chocolate chips get ooey gooey inside. So overall, I have to say this cookie is the perfect blend of salty and sweet. The chocolate chips are nice and gooey, and the added pistachio pieces give it a little bit of crunch as well. Unfortunately, the filling of the pistachio cream didn't really come through in this cookie, but I do think swirling it on the top certainly helped. In terms of taste, I could eat a lot of these, so I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. I think in terms of effort, I would probably give it somewhere around a 4 out of 10. I think the only things that are a bit extra would be browning the butter and then freezing the pistachio cream before you can actually get into the cookie dough. But honestly, that part didn't even work for me. I would just skip it unless you have a pistachio butter or cream that freezes well, and the end result is delicious. This last recipe is probably the most decadent of the bunch. It's a Dubai chocolate brownie. To make this recipe, you can either grab your favorite box brownie mix or you can make homemade brownies. If you're going with the box brownie route, there is only one type of brownie mix you should be getting. It's Ghirardelli's. Hands down, without a doubt, it is the best brownie mix that you can get. So basically, you'll follow the instructions on the back of the box, depending on which box you choose, but you know, spoiler alert, it should be Ghirardelli's. After the brownies come out of the oven, you'll let them cool down, and then you'll add a layer of kataifi that's been mixed with pistachio butter, pistachio cream, and tahini, similar to what we've been doing before. Then you'll add a final layer of melted chocolate and top it all off with crushed pistachios. The brownie here is completely baked and cooled down, and now we're gonna move on to making the kataifi topping, and then we're gonna top it off with a final layer of melted chocolate and some chopped pistachios. Our kataifi is nice and brown, so we're gonna pour that into a large mixing bowl. Into this bowl of kataifi, we're gonna go ahead and add some tahini as well as pistachio butter. Let's start with that and mix it all together and see how it goes. We can always add more if we need. All right, so we got a nice wet consistency here with our kataifi mixed with tahini and pistachio butter and cream. So we are going to load this up on top of our brownies. Smooth out the top. She's pretty stunning, I have to say. Like, look at the two layers, pretty well defined. I'm gonna smooth out this chocolate and see if we can make a beautiful layer here on top. I'll admit it's not stunning because some of the chocolate got mixed up with the kataifi, but it'll have to do. And just like that, she's done. She looks incredibly decadent, but beautiful. I probably should have waited for the chocolate to set, but here we are. Take a look at that. This might actually be diabolical. Check out those layers, oh my goodness. Next time I would definitely wait for the melted chocolate to set before digging in, but there are 3 layers. You've got the melted chocolate on top, the pistachio kataifi underneath it, and lastly, the Ghirardelli brownie. Oh wow. After one bite of that, I can already tell you it's a pure sugar overload. I honestly think a brownie just by itself is already enough and doesn't need all these added layers. But I do think the kataifi adds a nice crunch to it. So if anything, I might just do the brownie with the kataifi and then call it a day. But adding that melted chocolate on top really just, to me, it's overkill. I can't do that. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10 in terms of taste because honestly, it is just too sweet. But in terms of effort, very easy to make. The only thing that's a little bit difficult will be making the kataifi, browning it on the pan, and then adding the pistachio butter, the pistachio cream, as well as the tahini. But truly, that's not that hard. So I would say 2 out of 10. Very, very easy to make. just very intensely sweet. So proceed with caution with this recipe. Definitely proceed with caution. After eating all of these sweet treats, I have to say, the flavors are certainly starting to blend together for me because I've been having a lot of chocolate, pistachio, and tahini. As you know, the base components are pretty much the same, so flavor-wise, things are not that different. Now, in terms of the recipes that were worth the time and effort, I would certainly say the strawberry cup, because that was just the perfect pairing of the tart strawberries with the chocolate and the nuttiness of the pistachio. I think a close runner-up would be the chocolate chip cookie with the pistachio cream on it as well, because that was actually very, very good. The perfect balance of sweet and salty. Ultimately, I have to say I do get the hype because the pairing of these ingredients is truly on point. It's got a little bit of nuttiness from the pistachio and the tahini, and it's got a bit of sweetness from the chocolate itself. And honestly, it all blends together so well. I can definitely see why this Dubai chocolate bar went viral, but I'd love to know, have you guys tried it and what tips/recommendations do you have? Let me know in the comments. So with that, I officially have a sugar high and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!